Sure. Well, I thought our players competed for 60 minutes, was very appreciative of their efforts, but that's also expected to play hard. But I thought our kids played right to the end. But when you play an opponent like the University of Michigan, your margin of error is very, very small. And so I think for us, it's really the details and the discipline to be able to execute for 60 minutes. And it's the fundamental, it's the mental details. And I spoke a little bit post game about it. Is football is the greatest team sport ever. And when we really break down this game and coming off the field, kind of what hit me right away is just the details and execution. And obviously, you're going to be exposed when you play a team like Michigan. However, it's the ability to execute, to be an 11 for 11. And when we have success, we have 11 individuals all doing their job and executing as one. When we struggle, and I think that was the biggest thing when you go back and you really look at the details and you look at the game, we had 9, we had 8, we had 10 guys doing the right thing, and one guy doesn't execute their assignment. And instead of an explosive play or a big play or a first down, it's a tackle for loss. I think that one of the biggest was with Malik Hornsby on the outside zone play. We climbed to the front side backer with the running back. It's a walk-in touchdown, and he goes backside. And these are all things that we have to do a better job as coaches. We have to all be in it together, which we will. I think the other thing is situational football. Our defense did a really good job of generating 3 turnovers, 3 takeaways on interceptions, and unfortunately, we were only able to manage 3 points. So that's complementary football. I think the other thing was situational football. We couldn't get off the field, particularly in the first half. They were able to possess the football. And so these are all things in moving forward when you play quality opponents like that. It's going to cost you. And I think the other thing, we talk about the double positive with the turnovers, but also the explosive plays. They limited us to explosive plays. We gave up some explosive plays in the run game, a lot with missed tackles in terms of fundamentals. They were bigger, stronger running backs, and we didn't run our feet on contact. We kind of bounced off them. And, when you play the backs that we're going to play, you have to be able to wrap up. And now, another great challenge, 2 top 20 opponents in a row on the road in great environments. So we have to continue to grow and elevate and get better as a football team. And I know we will, because we got a group of individuals that it's very, very important to.
Hey, Coach, we'll start off with Jeremy Harper. Jeremy?
Hey, Coach. Red Wolves looked like they could move the ball at times against Michigan, but once they got into the red zone, had a lot of trouble. Was there anything you can learn from that Michigan game, red zone defense, that you can bring in the game against the Cyclones this week?
Well, you're exactly right. When you look at the 3 turnovers, they occurred in plus territory. And again, it gets back to the fundamental execution. The first one, we're supposed to stay with the progression read by Jalen, and he tries to throw the single. And if he reads his progression, it's an easy throw and catch for a touchdown. So it comes down to the details, the execute. The second time was the outside zone play, which I spoke about. The back goes the wrong way, doesn't lead up on the front side backer. We have everything blocked, and that's the details and execution. I think we got to continue to do a much better job as coaches of putting in those situations throughout the course of the week of practice. So when we go back and we look at the video, the plays were there, the execution was not. So those are things that we need to continue to grow and get better and moving forward.
Go over to Charles McCray. Charles?
What's going on, Coach? How you doing today?
Hey,
man?
Charles.
Like you just mentioned, another top 25 matchup going up against Iowa State. What are some of the keys you're looking for to get this dub against the Cyclones?
Well, again, a lot of respect for them. When you look at them, they're a team that does not beat themselves. They're going to make you earn. They're going to make you get everything that you get. They play a defensive structure that lends itself to not giving up big explosive plays. And they play exceptionally hard. They're extremely well coached. We talk about the discipline to execute for 60 minutes. That's kind of them. And they do a good job. You know, the quarterback can make plays. They're big physical up front with a stable of running backs, and they're going to try to establish the line of scrimmage. And, you know, for us, it comes down to really controlling us in terms of, you know, the fundamentals and the details. There's a number of times we gave up explosive plays, and it gets back to team supporting team. It gets back to that 11 for 11 with which we spoke about. And we have a stun up front, and one individual goes the wrong way. And, you know, the ball is kind of like water. It finds the holes, it finds the cracks. And all of a sudden, you know, they're in the back end of our defense. So these are all things, you know, this is a big day for us in terms of getting better as a football team, correcting our ills, which we will. And but you know, when I look back on it, our players expected to win. I liked our mental disposition. I liked our leadership. And again, I thought our competitive character was at full display.